It's really interesting looking back in the mirror. You know, as I sit here today as a business owner, an entrepreneur that has an audience of 250,000+ people, a business that'll do over $10 million in revenue, being a multimillionaire. It's always like a pinnacle point looking back, because I feel like no one ever really sees the story. And it's hard, you know. It's really difficult. It's not. People glamorize entrepreneurship. I mean, I look at my Instagram story and everyone's saying hustle, hustle, hustle. But it's not fun when, you know, you get your phone bill turned off. I had my light bill turned off 3 different times. And you know, it's really weird because you just want to put it out there. You just want to put your value out there. You're just trying to make it work, you know. And my story, you know, might maybe be a little similar to yours, maybe a little different. But you know, I was an entrepreneur. I remember the first time I ever sold anything. I was 7 years old. My father brought home some Rhode Island red hens that had the brown eggs. And I was in the farm, literally a farm boy in the middle of nowhere in Newfoundland, Canada. And, you know, I wasn't an entrepreneur because I saw some Gary Vaynerchuk ad or some Grant Cardone ad. I wasn't that. I was just doing I was just having fun. And things progressed, and by the time I was 15, 16 years old, I was really doing well. I won all these awards. And I didn't even know what an entrepreneur was until I was 16. And, you know, some days when someone said, "Oh, you're an entrepreneur." And so things progressed, and you know, things were going really well. As sometimes they do. Sometimes you start and things go really well, and you catch a couple breaks, and you work hard, and you make it happen. And then things didn't go so good. And because of my overinflated ego, because I never failed before, because of a lot of things, I ended up a lot in debt, almost $1 million in debt. And through that time, it was one of the most difficult times in my life. I remember having to ask my mother to remortgage their house. I remember getting a tax bill for $300,000 that I couldn't pay. I remember, you know, a while ago I looked at this email and I remember saying to someone, "Hey, I need, via email, I need, you know, some money for lunch because I only got $2.67 in my bank account and all my credit cards and credit is maxed out." And like, it's tough because nobody gets you ready for it. Nobody, like, you can't read a book and like understand the emotion that goes behind it. No one understands what it's like to not be able to have a relationship with your mother because it feels more like a business partnership. Nobody understands what it's like to go through that with a significant other. Nobody understands how much you abuse your body. You know, I don't know how many times I drank Monsters 5 times a day through it. I don't know how many times I didn't sleep for 2 days in a row. I was just doing everything I could. And you know, then it just, sometimes things hit. Like after like so much, you know, so much focus and so much perspiration and so much determination, you're just like, is this going to happen? And then what you realize is that you don't even know who you are in the process. You look in the mirror and you've destroyed the version of who you are. The identity of who you are is not even who you are anymore. And it's such a surreal time. You know, a lot of people look at me and they see a version of success. And I guess nobody truly knows what it is that it takes to go through. But we keep on going on the Instagram feed. We keep on talking about our success stories. We keep on doing the things that I guess maybe we have to do to be the delusional version of who we are so that we can have a reality distortion field so that we can keep on doing it. And in shooting this video, I don't even know who I'm shooting it for. You know, I think all of our stories are important. I think all of our lives are important. And, you know, It doesn't matter if you're 50,000 in debt. It doesn't matter if you're not in debt. Entrepreneurs are the ones that change the world. It's not the corporations. It's not the government. And it's why I've dedicated this part of my life to being able to help entrepreneurs like you and me. Because I know how my life's changed. I know how amazing it is to live in Venice Beach in a beautiful house. I know what it's like to be able to drive the cars I want. I know what it's like to be able to give the way that I want to. I know what it's like to be able to live in abundance instead of scarcity. I know what it's like not to put the credit card and wonder if it's going to get rejected. I know what it's like to get the phone to ring now and it's not a collections agency. I know what it's like to not be afraid every single time the door knocks because it's somebody serving me a notice that I was getting sued. So I don't know your version of entrepreneurship. All I know is there's a better way. And I really wish someone took me and brought me when I was younger. I've been doing this for a long time. I've made a lot of money and I've lost a lot of money. And you know, in the last 3 or 4 years, it's been a ride. It's been going from $1 million in debt to, you know, generating tens of millions of dollars, and having all this influence for other entrepreneurs. And all I ever come back to is I want to make it easier because I don't think it has to be as difficult. It can actually be a lot more simple. And it doesn't have to take 15 years to be an overnight success. It's the dumbest quote I've ever heard. It can be so much easier with mentorship. It's so much easier with just being able to ask for help. But then it's so isolating and there's all these pieces and nobody gets us ready. And all I can say to you today is keep going. It's worth it. Because if you do keep going, piece by piece, you will figure out the puzzle. You will figure out yourself. And remember that the destination that you have, the big goal, that isn't why you're doing this. It's because you know there's a better version of this world and you know there's a better version of yourself. And evolution hurts. Evolving hurts. When a caterpillar goes into a butterfly, it hurts. And it might feel like everything is being taken away from you. You might feel completely just crazy in the moment. You might lose everything around you. But it's worth it. Because when the moment happens, when those moments collide, and everything starts conspiring for you instead of what might feel against you, you'll know why you did it. And the version of you will be beautiful. The version of you, the evolved version of you, it will make you cry. Because it's that version that will go and change this world the way it must be changed. And I'm so proud of you that you're doing this right now. I don't care if you're a millionaire right now. I don't care if you're completely broke right now. You being an entrepreneur is the most important thing for your life. You being able to change the world in the way that you're doing it is the most important thing for this world, and never lose sight of that. It's going to be hard. It's going to be ups. It's going to be downs. You're going to go through the roller coaster that is entrepreneurship, but I believe in you. And there's so many others that believe in you. And if there's nobody else besides the person looking back at you, believing in you, that is totally okay. I've had years of that. And it builds you who you are. So I don't know why I made this video today. I just felt compelled to tell you that it's worth it.